Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between NightEnD and Dr. Dario on Terraform, the latter edition. Now, NightEnD, if you don't know, is a professional StarCraft 2 player from Romania. He mains Protoss, and he's a really nice guy. And he sent me a replay pack and continues to send me replays. And I really appreciate it. Go check him out. He has a YouTube channel and a Twitch stream, both of which I will link in the description. Go ahead and follow him. Again, really fun to watch. Really amazing Protoss player. And let's get right on into the game. In the bottom right of Terraform, the latter edition, we have the red Protoss player. It is NightEnD. And in the top left of Terraform, the latter edition, we have the blue Zerg player, Dr. Dario. I'm not sure if this is TLO. I might actually do a quick search here on my phone to see if he's going by Dr. Dario in Legacy of the Void. Let's see here. Dr. Dario. StarCraft 2. Because that would be TLO. His name is, I believe it is Dario. How's having whined yourself into irrelevance going? Oh no! Oh no, some arguments there. So Dario, TLO, he's from Germany. Dario Wunsch. Dang it, I don't know. Alright, I don't know. I think this might be TLO, and if it is, that's fantastic. Let me know in the description, or in the comments if it is, and I'll change the description here. But this is a PvZ on Terraform, the latter edition. We do have an early hatchery coming up from the Zerg player. Gas is popping, spawning pool at the same time. Pretty much the same strategy that we see in ZVP in the beta so far in ZVP. Dario saying, I'm just a poor Zerg. Don't you be minding me. And indeed, I don't think he will. NightEnD is going for a fairly early Nexus here at the same time. Has both of his assimilators. 2 workers in this gas. I'm not sure if that's a mistake or not. Dario says, the French made us suffer. That's a reference to World War II? I don't know if you want to go there, Dario. Yeah, this might actually be real, man. I'm feeling some real vibes here. Anyway, Overlord scouting in here for Dario. Going to see the expansion. Going to be pretty happy about that. No crazy one base all in his way, because this expansion means that he's pretty open to a crazy one base all in play. There's the inject. That was a really good inject. This could be TLO. I don't know, I should ask NightEnD. Here comes the wall for NightEnD. Going to try to make a wall across the front here just to deal with roaches and ravagers that can kind of ruin a Protoss's day. 1 gas here for Dario, no other gas yet. Probe count or worker count is 26 to 25. Right now NightEnD is in the lead. Both players are using their keyboard strokes on playing the game rather than chatting, so it is getting pretty serious. Couple scouting Zerglings coming on out. Past the rock tower, across the across the desert wasteland of Terraform. And gonna go to try to kill some workers. And here we go. Is NightEnD gonna pull? He has a zealot and the mothership core as well. Shouldn't lose anything here, I don't think. 1 dies, 2 dies. That's it. Both Zerglings are gone. The Adept makes itself known, but guess what? Adepts are pretty standard in PvZ, so not a surprise, I don't think, for NightEnD. And there's the wall. So it's completely walled off. There's a zealot holding it. There's a Adept behind it as well. No amount of Zerglings is getting through here. Okay, I guess maybe like 50? Zerglings could get through there, possibly 20, but there's no way that Dario's going to make that many lings at this stage in the game. Dario probably just wants to take a 3rd base to keep up in economy. Inject. 25, inject. Okay, are these auto? Oh my goodness, these are actually auto injects. Alright, so this is an older replay. I apologize, but this is like 2 patches back at the time that I'm posting this, I believe, where queens do auto injects, but it only gives you 3 larvae. 3 extra larvae per inject, and so what that means is the injects are really good. Look at this, 25, bam. But your economy and your production ability is kind of gimped as a Zerg. So I've seen a lot of complaints from Protoss in this stage of the game where they said the auto injects made it too easy for Zerg, but at the same time they got fewer larvae than they normally would, and so I just don't know that it was a fair trade-off for Zerg. I think they prefer the manual injects and the 4 larvae per inject that they can use to make their workers or their army or whatever. But here comes the Roach Ravager from Dr. Dario. Here comes an Adept push. So I feel like that's a pretty good composition to deal with these Adepts. Ravagers, Roaches, couple Queens at the same time. And the Overlord does scout it out. The Adepts are saying, is there a 3rd base? There is. Do we try to go kill that is the question, but there are queens, there are ravagers going right after. Ooh, Corrosive Bile hitting the mothership core a couple times, but mostly missing there and moving on out. Again, NightEnD recognizing this is not a good position at all. Corrosive Bile does get another shot on that mothership core, takes it down in health a little bit, but NightEnD is forced to go back home saying, alright, the composition that Dr. Dario chose was pretty much perfect against my adepts. So here comes some lings, they are speedlings, here comes some ravagers as well, pushing across the map. Again, I don't think they're going to get through here. There is a zealot holding the line. Where's the mothership core though? That is a good question. The lings popping on out, especially with the adepts here supporting. Using psionic transfer, and they're gone. Surprise! Whiff, 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 whiff. There's the photon overcharge. That is a thing that is still consistent here. Photon overcharge is 25 energy, turns a pylon into a photon overcharge with a lot of range for about 11 seconds. And almost enough Corrosive Bile to take down this pylon. Not quite, however. Does have no kills, just kind of dancing back and forth. Nobody really wants to commit here. 2-second warp-ins on these adepts. NightEnD is actually going mass adept at this point. Blink being researched as well. More roaches on the way, more lings on the way for Dario. 3 bases up and running. The macro is looking fantastic for this Zerg player. It is 53 to 49 total harvesters. NightEnD does have the lead that way, but NightEnD really needs to take a 3rd base. Fairly certain. Going to knock down this rock tower to provide a certain semblance of safety. And is he going to get it? And he does. Doesn't actually kill any Zerg players, I don't think. These lings check for a 3rd. They find it. They're going to try to kill it. The adepts are going to try to save it. And I think they're going to be able to do so. Oh my gosh. No, they've got the cancel. Oh. Oh, excellent play by those lings indeed. Rock tower still knocked down. And try to kill it from both sides here is Dario. Really needs this 3rd base, does NightEnD, because look at this push. There are so many lings coming across the map right now. Dario might be trying to deal with the Adept Stalker with just straight pure ling. No upgrades on these guys. +1/+1 is on the way, but not here yet. Gonna try to get us around. The Stalkers are no problem. The Adepts are more of a problem. Again, gonna try to force a cancel on this base. Once more, Corrosive Bile being thrown down. Base is completely under fire, and it does get canceled once again. Oh boy, NightEnD needs to make something happen now. Has a robotics support here. Robotics Bay is on the way. Robo Bay and Robo Facility. So lings running around. They have a little bit of damage on top of those guys. Ravagers as well, fairly weakened. Observer running around. Corrosive Bile actually hits one of their own guys, I think there. Does it get that one? Nope, doesn't happen. Moves on down. And creep tumors are spreading across. Not the best creep spread I've ever seen. Overlords with a bad rally. Run, Overlord. Run for your life. Not going to happen. The Stalkers are going to kill it. Not enough to supply block Dario. But it is annoying. It almost supply blocks the Zerg player. And here comes the Ling push through again. Going to cancel this base one more time. But quadruple photon overcharge chasing them away. Wow. Pretty good. Mothership Core has enough for 4 more of those. Don't you worry. 8 photon overcharges available for this Mothership Core on pylons. Just crazy. Still present in the current patch. Don't worry about that. Double evolution chamber. Nope, that's a Roach Warren coming up. Why on earth is that another Roach Warren? Did the Roach Warren die? Because there's been Ravagers. Where on earth? And there's double. I don't know. That's odd. I don't know what happened, but here comes a Ling Ravager composition. I haven't seen this many Lings from Zerg in a Protoss versus Zerg in a long time. Overseer ends up getting killed. Blorp. A bit of a refund going back to Dario on that one. But again, Ravagers, they do as much damage as a Roach, but they do have a 20% speed bonus to their attack, which helps them a lot. The Carapace is the same. They have a little bit less on the hit point front, I believe they do. Where's that Roach? 145 versus 120, so they're a little bit less tanky. Corrosive Bile being tried to use, that's bad English, attempted to be used on that Warp Prism, but it's not going to happen. Here comes a push with Stalker and Adept, taking out this 4th base that's entirely undefended by Dario. So many workers are dying. Hatchery ends up getting exploded as well. The Lings run right on in here, warping in Adepts, trying to deal with this. Disruptors are at the top of the ramp. They might be able to kill those Ravagers with some Purification Nova, and they do. Here comes double Purification Nova chasing. The Ravagers do run away. Pushing here with Adepts, holding their own against these Lings. The Adepts do have +2 upgrades, making them very, very good against these Lings. The number of Lings is pretty good, though. Chasing back again. Stalkers and Adepts Lings sacrificing themselves to get the Ravagers the heck out of there. All the Adepts did get cleaned up. A lot of workers died, though. It's 9 workers have been killed by NightEnD, and no workers at all have been killed for Dario, or by Dario. Interesting. Pushing on in. NightEnD wants to make this happen, man. He's standing in. Banelings are rolling in, crashing on top of Stalkers. That's not a good thing at all. They want to kill these Adepts instead, and they do. Couple good hits there on the Adepts, taking a lot of damage. Corrosive Bile on top of all of these things, missing mostly though. Ravagers standing in again. Adepts in the front, just super duper tanky. Corrosive Bile on top of Stalkers, killing 2 or 3 of them. More and more Banelings and Roaches rolling in. I think NightEnD needs to back out now, and he does. Backs right on out to the safety of the third base. There are Disruptors here with no kills, and no kills on those Disruptors. They are very disappointed, as their function is to actually kill stuff. So let's take a look if there's anything difference here. 2 seconds, 145 splash damage, additional 55 shield damage. So same thing. Same Disruptors you will see in the current patch of Legacy of the Void Beta. Pushing on up, there's a 4th Nexus on the way, 4th Hatchery being replanted by Dario as well. Nobody really wants to go for these inside bases, these 4 bases here. They're just weird and awkward. Enemies can come up behind the mineral line and shoot you from there. It just kind of makes things very, very sad. Stalkers and Adepts pushing on up across this top lane. +2 attack, +3 being researched at the same time. These Stalkers are getting pretty darn scary. Killing an Overlord. Nope, it has speed. They can run away onto the high ground. Making themselves know, though, is this Protoss army. Here comes the Adept Scout. I think that's what this is. Scouting on in to see what's going on. And the army's actually heading the wrong way for Dario. Splitting up some units heading on down this way. Now coming back to try to deal with this Stalker Adept menace. +3 attack is nowhere near finishing, and here come the Disruptors. They're in the back. They're the big things that really matter here. Purification Nova coming in, killing a few Roaches. 21-second cooldown on that ability, so you can't use it too much, even though it is really, really good. Pushing in here, killing Ravager eggs. The Adepts in the front are taking Baneling hits, but they're tanking pretty darn well at the same time. Purification Nova, another whiff. It is a bit of a dance here. There's one more Purification Nova available, possibly 2. Oh, huge hit. Oh, split attempted, but 8 kills on that Disruptor. Banelings again crashing on down. Corrosive Bile being used to slowly whittle down this Protoss army. It is a knockdown, drag them out fight here. Adepts in the front are here to tank. Good blink, making those Corrosive Bile shots actually miss. Roach army here. Oh, Purification Nova on top of those Ravagers. Kills a couple of them. The Roaches and the Ravagers trying to sit on top of these units, but just can't kill things fast enough, I don't think. Reinforcement Stalkers and Disruptors coming on in. And that's it. Dario calls the GG. Is defeated, and NightEnD is victorious. And wow, again, I can only describe as just a war of attrition. A lot of damage on both sides here. Resources lost shows us 11,700 minerals for Dario, 3,400 gas, 8,000 minerals, 2,500 gas for NightEnD. Units lost tab shows 50 Roaches died, 16 Ravagers, and on the other side of things, 46 Adepts actually were killed by Dario. Pretty good. 46 Adepts, 21 Stalkers, and a Disruptor. You know what? I'm going to say that was TLO. I'm going to go ahead and label it as such, because that was a really, really solid Zerg play that I saw there. NightEnD was able to win. It was a really knock 'em down fight, though, and I think either player could have had it in the end there. But the Adepts were a little bit too tanky. The Stalkers were too good. Disruptor shots were also pretty fantastic here. 8 kills on that one, 5 kills on that one. So this has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, you take care of yourself.